If you've ever had any sort of dreams or goals for yourself and they never came true, don't feel discouraged by that. We've all been through that. You're not alone, sis. You know, with that comes a lot of negative thoughts that start to creep up on us and try to make us feel bad about ourselves. That's what we need to work on. That's when we know something is wrong here and I need to reframe my thoughts. And if I'm gonna be honest with you guys, success and happiness, all of that comes from your mindset. It has a lot to do with your mindset, and once you change your mindset, nothing will ever, like, you'll just feel on top of the world. So guys, in today's video, with that being said, we're going to be talking about how to change your mindset and how to reframe your thoughts from negative thinking to positive thinking. I'm not any sort of life coach or anything like that. These are just tips that I've realized that I kind of want to shed some light on, personal experience. You know, growing as an individual, growing up, in order to achieve your goals, your mindset, it has to match your aspirations. It has to match what it is that you're trying to do. Because if you don't make sure that the two are matching, your mindset and your aspiration, your mind can actually hold you back from ever leveling up in life in any sort of way, or just taking that leap of faith. Like, all of that can literally be hindered just because of your mindset, and you'll never reach your aspirations if you don't match those two. So the first thing that you really need to do is to change the way you talk to yourself. Change your self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves, the way we handle ourselves in any way, and just the conversations that we just have with ourselves, you know, whether it's internally or externally. So that is a strong representation and a strong reflection of your mindset. And I say this because if you're constantly a person that's always telling yourself, oh, I'm not good enough, or I'm not good enough for this person, or I don't have enough whatever to achieve this goal, or I'm not strong enough to do this, if you're constantly thinking that and telling yourself that, whether we realize it or not, your thoughts create your reality. And because your thoughts create your reality, your mindset will always hold you back from really getting what it is that you want in life. It makes so much sense because you're putting out all this energy. Energy is a real thing. You're putting out all this negative energy about yourself. You're not gonna feel confident enough to take that leap of faith that you really need in order to achieve what it is that you truly want to achieve, because your mind is holding you back. So a way you can upgrade your mindset if you find yourself doing these things constantly is just by changing your negative talk and change it to something more empowering. Like, it's completely normal. Like, we all get those days where we just feel completely unmotivated, you know, you just don't feel like doing anything, but you gotta try your hardest not to give into it, or let it have its way for a second if you need to, and just snap out of it. Snap out of it, whatever helps you get out of that, and reframe your thoughts, reframe your speech towards yourself, and make it a positive experience. Because what we tell ourselves, we tend to start to believe, plays out into our everyday lives, right? If you don't feel confident, people pick up on things like that because our energy just kind of throws that out there. So you really got to change the mindset. How about you say, you know what, you can do that, you are good enough. Like, you really, it's a form of self-love. The way we talk to ourselves, that's number one. It's very underestimated how powerful it is, the things that we think about ourselves and what we allow to go through our minds. You gotta really nip it in the butt. Like, you can't let your mind have its way. You gotta control it. If you ever mess up on the job or something, okay, I messed up, I'm gonna learn from my mistakes. I'm currently working on this, so like, I can really speak from experience. Like, these things help over time. Like, for instance, there's been times where I've messed up on a job and, you know, I've made mistakes. I would tend to be really hard on myself and let it ruin the rest of my day. But what I've learned to realize is that it's part of growing, it's part of life. So when you make mistakes, when you're feeling down, don't be so hard on yourself, because when we're really hard on ourselves, it's really hard to see the positive in anything. Talk positive to yourself and you'll see the results. So this is very important. Once you've changed, you know, the way you talk to yourself, the conversations that you have with yourself, the next thing that you want to do, and it'll actually come kind of naturally as you continue to do it, is you want to change your language now, the way you talk to other people. So, you know, you worked on yourself, you're continuing to work on yourself. Now, okay, let's put it into play. So instead of saying things like, oh, if someone says, oh, you're so pretty, oh, no, I'm not, or whatever, you know, you like to play it off, say thank you. Just say thank you. Things like that. Like, don't give people a hard time if they compliment you. Just say thank you and carry on, because it shows confidence. It shows that you accept their compliment. It's a compliment, so take it as one. Try to stay away from the negative factors of things like, oh, that's just how I am, or anything like that. Instead, try focusing on more positive topics about yourself. Try not to just make it something negative every single time that when you're describing yourself or talking about yourself. It's really not healthy. We tend to believe it. Other people may not, but we do. And we gotta really change the way we talk about ourselves to other people. I love when people talk to me positively about themselves. It shows growth. It shows that they know who they are. And when someone's just constantly being negative about themselves, it's like, do you know who you are? Like, and if you don't, that's okay, but like, don't be so hard on yourself, you know? And honestly, we really should be avoiding speaking negative, talking about our problems to other people, because no one needs to know certain things. Like, you can have a person to confide in, of course, but just keep the negative things, your problems, keep that to yourself in terms of just talking to random people about it, because people really don't care, or people like when they see you in distress. It's always best to just keep certain things to yourself. Like, certain people don't need to know certain things that's going on in your life. So this falls into the next one, and the way that we can really lock in with these things and just remember to make these goals for ourselves, to reframe our thoughts from negative to positive. So reading books will really help with that. Different self-help books. I've said this before in one of my videos. Just reading like self-help books, those are very, like, they're great. Reading self-help books, top tier to me. I feel like that's the best type of help you could ever get, because you're reading, you're getting so much knowledge, and then you apply it to your everyday life, and it honestly motivates you. Like, once you get into it, it's really hard to stop, because it's just so motivating, and who doesn't want to be motivated? This one I feel like is very, very important to help you to actually really grow, because what you surround yourself around, who you surround yourself with, really plays a factor of the type of person that you're going to become, because we're constantly being influenced by everything around us, right? You got to surround yourself with like-minded people. Surround yourself with people that match the desires of your mindset, the people that, you know, are working on the same thing, already have that positive outlook, aren't very negative. You don't want to be around very negative people. It will definitely bring your energy down, bring you down, just make you feel just not it. I personally have experienced that, where I've just been around very negative people. You tell them something positive and you just get some negative energy, like they're just not happy, and it's like all you can do is encourage others, but at the end of the day, people are going to be how they want to be. So if someone's constantly being negative, just remove yourself from that, because it's not going to help you to grow in the long run. It's not going to help you to change your mindset. It's going to make things a lot more challenging for you. And it's honestly so much easier to adapt to the idea of reframing your mindset and having a different mindset when you're around people that are already doing it. It makes you feel more motivated, more encouraged, and you're constantly going to be learning things from these people that you're around. We learn so much by our environment. And this next thing is just creating healthy habits. Like, just create habits that will really, like I said in the beginning, that will match your mindset, that will match what you have going on. Whether it's getting up at a certain time in the morning, going to the gym, eating cleaner, whatever it is, doing these things will really just match what you have going on inside your mind mentally and the things that you're doing externally. And that's honestly the key factor in changing your thoughts, reframing your thoughts. Write out, like, journaling is great as well. I feel like that's a really healthy habit to get into. You express how you feel, you move on from it, and you move on to the next thing. You don't let the negativity hold you back. And lastly, just get out of your comfort zone. Do things that will put you in very uncomfortable situations, because that is what's actually going to help you to grow. Put yourself in situations that are going to challenge you, that are going to make you think, that are, you know, going to make your heart beat a little bit faster. Just do things that aren't in your comfort zone, because that's when you're going to realize what you're capable of, and that's when you're going to actually reach the goals and the things that you want for yourself. Because you gotta go out, you gotta get out there. If there's things that you want to do, goals that you have for yourself, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. You can't stay stagnant. You have to have more courage with things and just take a leap of faith and just kind of just get out there more. whatever it may be. And remember, all of this is not an overnight project. These are things that I'm still learning, and I just wanted to encourage you as well and let you know you're not alone. And all we can do is just encourage each other. So guys, with that being said, this is the end of the video. If you enjoyed and you want more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on that post notification so that you never miss a next upload. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.